Now, a lot of you have heard of Shanghai and Shenzhen and Guangzhou and Beijing, but I bet not so many of you have heard of Ningbo, and that's where I am today. I'm in the Jiangbei area. Not so many foreigners travel to Ningbo, so we're going to show you in the Jiangbei area exactly what there is to see and do here. So let's go. So I'm at Sicheng Rice Cake Museum, and rice cake has a really special place here in Ningbo, and especially in Jiangbei, because it's the home of Chinese rice cake. And rice cakes are really famous throughout China. It's a special dish that's served at New Year, and we're going to have a look around the museum, see how they were traditionally made. So this would have been an old stone where they would have put the rice in this hole and turn it around, and it would have come out ground, and then they would have put it into here. Now I guess they would have added some water, and then they would have hit it with that hammer. You can see here this was the very traditional way that they made the rice cake. You can see here hitting it repeatedly with a hammer. This turns it into a much more sticky substance, and then they're making it out into shapes here. It's probably not done so much like this nowadays. It's probably done much more by machine, but it's very interesting to see how it was traditionally done. And then the rice is poured in. This looks like it's steamed rice. He's going to pummel it. He just wets that so it doesn't stick. And they will do this for quite some time. This is actually heavier than it looks. You really need to put some power behind this, because it's like hitting a great big piece of rubber. I'm done. Whew. That gives you a workout for sure. So the Chinese word for rice cake is niangao, and you can see here it conjures up lots of childhood memories for Chinese people, because they would often have niangao. I don't know whether it's as popular nowadays as it was back then. It's the introduction of lots more foods, but back in those days there was not as much variety of food in China, so a lot of niangao would have been eaten. But now there's such more variety of foods that I guess people don't eat it as often as they used to. So what we're witnessing here is how a marriage would have been conducted in the Song dynasty era. Quite different. The costumes are very exquisite, they're beautiful. The amount of sequins and things on there is really impressive. You too could host your wedding here and get married in the traditional Song dynasty way. Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that some of these buildings around us are more than 1,000 years old. Actually, this whole area is a protected area to preserve the history and culture of this part of Ningbo. And right behind me is something you find in almost every ancient town across China, and that's a Starbucks, of course, Simbaka. Now you all might know Shanghai has an area called the Bund, very famous. But did you know Ningbo also has a bund? It's actually 20 years older than the one in Shanghai, so I bet you didn't know that. It's called Lao Wei Tan, which means old bun. But you need to be very careful how you pronounce it, because if you pronounce it Lao Wei Tan, it means foreigner beach. Anyway, as you can see, it's a wonderful place, just like the Shanghai one. You've got the beautiful Ningbo skyline, you've got the river, boats going up and down the river, even a cargo barge. There's people enjoying themselves here. There's many bars, there's restaurants. We're actually on a boat that's moored on the river, and we've just had a nice dinner here. Really nice place. Lots to do in the evening. So this area, Jiangbei in Ningbo, is very synonymous with this style of porcelain pottery. And it's very, very nice this is, and all this is handmade. So this is a tea set, but no two will be exactly the same. They also have a workshop where visitors can experience porcelain making. It's really not easy, you know. I don't think I'm going to be able to sell it for a lot of money though. This is my finished bowl. It's a bit thick around the edges. I think you've got to have a lot of practice to get those thin edges, but I'm kind of pleased with that for my first attempt. It's not bad. So this is something that's been done for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And I think it's great that we see some young people continuing this intangible cultural heritage in China. It's a part of China which should stay, and I think it's great. I need a bit more practice, but there's obviously people who are very, very good at it, and it's really interesting. So now in the Jiangbei area in Anshan village, and this is quite a new village. As you can see, the roads are very modern, nice houses, not tall apartment blocks, very peaceful and relaxing. And actually it's very convenient because it's only, you know, a very short drive from the city centre, but you really feel like you're in the countryside here. It's lovely. And here you can see that there's an exercise area for the community. Really done very nicely. I'd kind of quite like to live here actually. It's really nice. I think this is maybe a bus shelter here. Oh no, it's toilets, public toilets. Oh, this is the bus stop. This is the bus stop here. And you've got a lovely, they've got some nice statues here. But this is lovely. Ni hao, ni hao. Relaxing, listening to his radio, his music. It's just an area where people who live in the village can just come and chill and relax, have a nice walk through some nature. It's lovely. So next up we're at Baoguo Temple, and we're going to go check out what's inside. Now it's very important in China that you step over these. You mustn't step on them because that's not good. You must always step over them. So I didn't know that. You've got to put your left leg first. I kind of like these places. These are very traditionally Chinese kind of places. They're always nice when they're like this. It's very relaxing, calming, lovely. This really does look quite old. My legs are not as young as they used to be. Let's have a look here then. People all put like messages on little tags. I see this a lot in China. I think it's quite nice. You can buy like a little thing like this and you write your message on, and it's like for good luck or just tell people you were here. I mean, look at the detail on these. Look, every one of these has probably been hand done, and there's like loads of detail on it. It's amazing really how these places are preserved. Oh, this one's been turned into a kind of tourist gift shop. Wow, look at the view over the city from here. What a beautiful view. Oh, that's lovely. View across the city. Let's go check out the temple. So peaceful here. It's really nice. Baoguo Temple, first built during the reign of the founder emperor of the Eastern Han Dynasty, is a temple with a long history and exquisite architectural craftsmanship. It's a treasure of ancient Chinese architectural culture. Visitors can admire the beautiful buildings and artifacts here and feel the charm of ancient architecture and the weight of history. This building is very old, and apparently they built it in the mountains because Ningbo is a coastal city, so at that time they would get lots of typhoons, so they built it in the mountains to try and protect it from typhoons. And actually it's no longer a serving temple today. It's just here as a tourist attraction. But something really interesting, if you look at the structure, it's all wood and there's no actual nails. It's all wooden carpentry joints that are holding it all together. That's quite amazing really. You can see like the wooden pegs that are pegging it all together. That's quite cool, man. So I've had a good time here in Jiangbei, Ningbo. We've only visited a few places to show you, but there are many more places you can visit in Ningbo, Jiangbei area. But as always, from Ningbo, Jiangbei, take care.